Hi, everyone. My name is Anthony Caruso III, and I am the publisher of the Capital Sports Report. I am also the host of the Capital Sports Report Live. Tonight, we are joined by KB Racing Pro Stock driver Kyle Koretsky. But before I welcome him, I would like to play a little video.
Is one of his tuners. So there are several of them, but Kyle Koretsky is going to have to do two things. Try to find a little performance, try to get him off the starting line.
Greg Anderson, 006, Koretsky 011. As they get down to the finish line stripe, the win light comes on for Kyle Koretsky. 662.9 and 207. A margin of victory of 58 ten-thousandths of a second. He stepped up to the plate, and on a day where nothing can be taken for granted, we should have seen this one coming.
Well, Kyle, you've had some gutting losses on the way to your first career win. You said prior to the semis that this was the day. How did you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's good. It's hometown of Ken and Judy Black's out here, and for the Chevy Oil, Lucas Camaro is unbelievable. Nitrofish, KPK, Rob's Automotive, they all support me. The boss man here, he's the man. I mean, he tunes this hot rod, and he gave me all got, and it's awesome. This one's for my dad.
Kyle, welcome to the show tonight.
Thanks a lot, Anthony. Thanks for having me.
Kyle, for those that do not know, you are a son of a former NHRA driver, Kenny Koretsky. How did you get started in racing?
Growing up watching my dad race. I'll try to get the light out of the background for you. Growing up watching my dad race, I kind of got hooked early age. We were around racing our whole life. My dad grew up racing and kind of just got brought into it. He brought us to the track, and that was it. We got hooked and started junior drag racing with Joey Gertleman and Fred Crawl, and the rest is history. I mean, we just kind of kept moving on up and did some bracket racing and did some super comp stuff, and here we are today in 2022 racing my second full-time season in NHRA Pro Stock with KB Racing. So yeah, kind of just living my dream, something I always wanted to do. And I'm very fortunate to have a great family behind me, supporting me, and some great marketing partners, Lucas Oil and Rob's Automotive and Collision, Nitrofish, KPK Development, Be Cool Radiators, Race Star Wheels. I got tons of companies that support me, and that's what makes it happen. And folks like yourself, Anthony, that are constantly trying to put, me out there to help market it and then grow the sport. So that's what it's all about.
You kind of alluded to my next question, and you said it's something that you always want to do. So my next question was, did you always want to follow in your father's footsteps?
I did. I always wanted to be like him. Obviously, your goal is to try to be better, but he set the standard pretty high. He did it for a long time. He's a big involvement in drag racing and other motorsports, so to be known as his son is pretty cool. We're trying to better the drag racing side of things now, but yeah, he paved the path, and now I'm just trying to follow it and keep paving the way for the Koretsky family.
At home, approximately 30 minutes from where I live, you are the owner of Nitro Performance. For those that do not know in our audience, could you tell them what you do with your business?
Yeah, so Nitro Performance started out with some fittings and stuff, and then we actually recently sold the fitting business, and we still dabble with a little bit of the wheel stuff for imports. So we're kind of really started with the wheel business. What Nitro Performance is in the wheel business. So we kind of went to the V8 stuff. All of our dragsters have it, and our door cars, most of them have our own wheels. But yeah, it was turned into a little side business, side hustle, I guess you would call it, and then turned into a legitimate business. So in 2012, we started making the wheels, and it kind of rests as history on that. But our main focus is KPK Development, is our family business, construction. That's my main focus, and then currently, what we have going on now.
Your family also has Nitrofish. Do you have any involvement in that?
Yeah, I do. That's definitely my dad's brand, my dad's thing. I try to help out as much as I can. It's a team effort. It's a whole family effort, and pretty much everything we do. But Nitrofish is a cool brand. It's out here at NHRA. We slacked a little bit this year on the circuit, but we had a little bit of employment issues and revamping the brand and trying to get it online more and more of a lifestyle brand, not just an NHRA, drag racing brand. So we're going more towards lifestyle. We got a bunch of new releases coming out over the Christmas time. We're going to relaunch, and it should be cool, better than ever. And I really hope the customers and fans enjoy the new look.
You race for KB Racing. Can you talk about working for Ken and Judy Black?
Ken and Judy Black. I mean, what an amazing family. They give an operation, that's first class. Everything about it is first class. Everybody that works there is first class. There's no nonsense there. We race every weekend straight up. It doesn't matter who you're racing. You race your lane to win. And that's what I love about them. They give us the great performance, great people, great knowledge. And they're just great people just to be, friends with. My family's been friends with them prior to me joining their team. And I'm just somewhat the lucky one to be accepted. And I feel to be fully accepted, as a driver and as a friend more than anything.
Racing for KB Racing, you have legendary driver Greg Anderson, yourself. Jason Lyon was a part of it for a long time, and now Dallas Glenn. What's it like to have Greg and Dallas as your teammates, but also working for Jason and being teammates with him before he retired?
It's kind of speechless. You grow up watching my dad get his butt kicked by Greg and Jason, and to race on the same team as them, it's something I never would have imagined. Never in a million years, but I think if I'm racing pro stock, it's going to be with Greg Anderson, Jason Lyon, and Dave Connolly. Bo Butner was on KB before. So you're talking about some heavy hitters in drag racing. Greg just got his 100th win. Jason had over 50 wins. It's crazy. The knowledge is unbelievable. So I'm very fortunate and lucky, and I can't say it enough that I'm pretty blessed to be on the team and be accepted.
What did you think when Greg received his 100th win? He's the second pro driver to ever do this, with legendary driver John Force got a 155, I believe.
Yeah, it's crazy. It was a KB final, all KB final to U.S. Nationals. So that was badass. Dallas is unbelievable driver. He's showing that week in and week out. So it's kind of like, where do you stand? Do you stand behind Greg? You stand behind Dallas? Well, I stood in the middle. They're both my teammates. They're both my friends. I want to see both of them win, but obviously two go down, one come back. So to see Greg get that monkey off his back to get that 100th win, it just shows the dedication and hard work that guy puts into it. He's a machine. That's kind of all I can really say. He's the hardest working guy I probably ever met. He's constantly working. When we go back to the hotel, he's thinking about racing, thinking about how to make all of us better. So I think that's pretty cool. You can't really say that about a lot of people, but to see his 100th win, I think I was more teared up than he was. I was like, holy crap, I just witnessed 100 wins and me being a part of that team. Pretty cool to say. It kind of goes down in history, and I was there at the top end with them and got to celebrate, and that's cool.
Let's flash back to last year when it was you and Greg, as I played in the video. What was that like? You dedicated to your win, the win to your father, but what was that like for you to get that win finally after so many tries to get it?
Oh, I mean, it was huge. It was like he was going for his 100. I think he was going for his 99th or 100th there. It was pretty much sorry, not sorry. I want to win. He wants to win too. So it just shows that he gave me a car to win, and thank God did somewhat my job, and we made a clean run as a team. But once again, it's a KB final. It shows that the performance that we have. and yeah, I got to dedicate it to my dad. I mean, he worked his whole life to give me the opportunity to be where I'm at, and that's just what it is. And that while he sits at our office back at home at KPK, and it'll never move from the desk. So it's pretty cool. My first one. I've been to a bunch of finals, bunch of semis. I feel like I got a little monkey on my back. I got to get my left foot working a little bit better here, and hopefully this weekend in Reading, that's the weekend it's going to be.
Well, I'm going to ask you about that here in a little bit, but I'm still talking about you racing first.
All right.
This season, you have made one final round at Gainesville, 6 semifinals. Could you talk about your season so far and your perspective?
Yeah, I think we're doing a great job. I think I struggled a little bit as a driver. I made some mistakes, but we win as a team, lose as a team. So I think we'll go into Reading, a little bit better. Indy, we struggled a little bit as a team, but it's tough. It's tough to go to the semi, but consistency wins, though. So if we can consistently keep going rounds, keep gaining the points, keep sneaking up on it, it's eventually going to happen. When it happens, it happens. But right now, my goal is I want to win the championship. I think we have a great car, great contender to do it. I feel confident, and only time will tell. Reading's a first race to the countdown, so we'll see.
That's actually my next question right now. This weekend begins the first of 6 races and also the first of 3 in a row in the countdown of the championship. You are in the top half of the point standing so far with your season thus far to close out the regular season. You talked about the championship. This weekend can make or break the countdown for a driver. How do you, as yourself as a driver, you have a lot of distractions racing at home. How do you focus in on your job that you have to do on the track and not the outside stuff?
It's tough. I kind of don't forget about the outside stuff. I try to leave it back in the trailer, and I still get a little nervous, but I try not to think about the countdown. I try not to think. I know it's on my mind, the championship and on the win, but I really try to just take deep breath and go one round at a time. And if it's my time, it's my time. But I feel like I owe it to myself to get one done here. And I feel like Reading is going to be the one where we get our first win for the season. And the countdown is important. Yeah, this is a very important race. But I'm not even going to think about that. I'm going to think down the road, one run at a time, and then we'll see where it ends up. But I think we have a good shot.
Earlier this year in April, it was announced that your family, including yourself, your brother, and your father had purchased Maple Grove Raceway, a track that's been up for sale for several years. And I actually, I don't know if I should reveal this, but I actually knew about in February about this was going to happen because word started getting around at Pomona that this was going to happen. So what does it mean to you I'm sure people have asked you, so could you tell our audience what does it mean to you to now be a track owner with your father and your brother?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's a lot of work. A lot of dedication, a lot of financial, and yeah, we're learning as a family. My mom, my sister, my brother, my dad, we're all in it together, and we're gonna stick it out. I mean, we have to keep this track alive. We cannot lose any more tracks. This sport needs the facility so we can keep racing safely, and that's what our family wants to do. That's our main goal, is to keep the facility open as long as we can, keep drag racing great, and provide everyone a fun atmosphere to come, not just to race, but bring your family. And that's kind of what we're doing. So this is our first national event this weekend. Stress, I don't think that's even on my vocabulary. I'm past that point. I think I'm boiling out of my ears. But, we have a good team. We're building a team every day. We're learning. And I think the sky's the limit. We don't give up. We don't give up, and we're trying to make racing great again.
You talked about not losing another track. We lost Memphis this year. Houston's going away. Phoenix is going away. As a race car driver, and you see that, that's got to be very frustrating.
Yeah, it's very frustrating. So I like traveling. I like seeing the different facilities. Now, being a co-owner of a facility, I value going to these different tracks even more because I look at every little thing: how they do the trash, how they do the ticketing, what kind of equipment they have, who does what. So I like learning. I'm a good observer. I try to observe everything and ask questions. Even though sometimes I get shy, but I try to ask questions and learn. I need to learn so we can build our facility. So if I could take a little bit from each facility that I travel over the circuit, 18 different venues, I
Rip. Don't know what happened. Kyle, you went black. There you go.
you hear.
Yes, you were talking about the venues. You froze.
You hear me now?
Yes. Yes.
I'm sorry. My manager Shane's calling me. We're still at the track working. We just did trash bags and dump trash, and now we gotta get on the trash truck. He's probably calling to see where I'm at. Thinks I'm hiding.
You're doing something more important.
Yeah, you gotta tell him that you're trying to go home.
You were talking about tracks, and one track that you go to twice a year is zMAX Dragway, which is called the mecca of drag racing that you guys go to. Have you talked to Marcus Smith and like picked his ear on what you can maybe do here?
I haven't yet. That facility is ungodly gorgeous. That's probably the prime track out right now, and that's what we're shooting for. We're shooting to try to have the prime track, but no, we'll talk to them here in the next couple weeks when we go out to Charlotte, Greg's hometown, and we're back to back. So I'll try to pick their ear, their mind as much as I can, and see, what kind of tips they have. And every track so far has been helpful. I'm not stealing business from Charlotte, and Charlotte's not stealing business from me. So there's no point to work against each other. So a lot of these guys been doing it a long time, and they've been super nice to me, offer me advice, and it's cool. It's cool to see some of the track operators, track owners come together and help me out. We greatly appreciate that as a company, and I think that shows a lot about a lot of these tracks that are out there, that they're all have one common goal, is to keep racing going. So it's pretty neat.
Earlier this year, maybe even last year, when the schedule came out for this year, Pro Stock was not on Maple Grove's calendar. And then all of a sudden, after you buy it, oh, Pro Stock is back.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. I don't know what happened.
Maybe you petitioned for it.
Yeah, I don't. I can't comment on that one, Anthony. But we're here. We're here at Maple Grove on the East Coast. This is Door Slammer action, prime location, Maple Grove. I mean, everyone loves Pro Stock, Pro Mod, door car, head-to-head action at Maple Grove. So that's what needs to be here for the fans. We owe it to the fans and the spectators that pay through that gate to watch Pro Stock. That's how I feel. So I think NHRA themselves made the right decision. I think that's great. I think it's good for the sport. Ticket sales are up, and weekend's gorgeous. So Pro Stock's going to try to lay down some numbers here Friday.
I'm actually going to get into that in a second. With the nice weather, do you think we might have a sellout for all 3 days or maybe 2 of the days?
I think we'll maybe 2 of the days. I sure hope 3 of the days, but realistically, I think 2 of the days. I mean, the weather looks gorgeous, and only time can tell. And next year we'll do a better job on some of the things we need to do that we slacked a little bit because we're trying to do some upgrades. But I think next year will be even better. We're going to try to put a big fireworks show on for next year and really give the fans the entertainment. Working on some concert stuff, so I think it'll be cool. I think next year will be better than this year, but I think this year's gonna be really good. The weather looks great. Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
So I wanna get talk on that. So potentially like a Bill Bader does on Friday, maybe fireworks on a Friday.
Yeah, definitely. Bill Bader is one of our idols. He does a hell of a program. He's offered anything we need. He's offered. So like I said, that goes down to the track owners and operators that really do care about the sport. He was one of them. Gave us our cell phone right away. Anything you need, call. And yeah, we would love to duplicate something like he has because he has a great program, week in and week out.
Are you bringing the $1 ice cream?
Nah, I don't know about all that. I don't think we have the avenue to buy it.
This week there was a press release that came out that quoted you in it, talking about upgrades. For those that may not know that are listening and will listen over the next few days, can you tell our audience what you did to the track after purchasing it?
Yeah, so we did a bunch of upgrades for the racers and for the fans. We have a list to still do, but we owned it for about 5 months now. We've done some LED upgrading lights around down in return roads. Still more to come. We did a bunch of paving work, potholes, fixed the potholes, redid the back of the starting line. We grinded the starting line, fixed some holes in the racetrack that need to be fixed. We got some new equipment that some is here, some is on its way. And then the biggest thing we're working on right now is our new LED lights for the whole complex. So if anyone's been to Maple Grove, you know they shut the lights off pretty quick because that's on a diesel generator. As soon as the racing's done, we give the racers a little bit of time. Then we have to shut the lights off because it costs so much money in diesel fuel to run. But now going forward, hopefully by April of next year, we'll 100% be LED lights here. No more generator, and we'll be able to leave some lights on for the racers so they can load their cars up and have a good time at night and enjoy themselves when they come here to the track. So that's what it's all about. We want, as a family, want the fans and customers and racers to come through that gate knowing that they can enjoy themselves and have a safe environment and enjoy it. You know, that's what I want to do. It's kind of like
I lost him again. Must be getting another phone call.
phone calls. Sorry, phone calls going. I'm probably gonna have to cut you a little short here, Anthony, at 8:30. I'm sorry, I got NHRA's calling me from California.
Yeah.
I'll call them right back. But yeah, we want to make it great. We really want to give the fans and everyone an experience. We redid the bathrooms. The main bathrooms are redone 100%. The spectator side bathrooms are not done yet. We ran out of time and availability in some of the product, but it's going to be nice. Next year comes around. People say they notice a change now. I really hope they notice a change next year and continue. We're not going to stop there. We're going to keep going and going and going until until the racetrack meets our standards as a family.
For years, drag racing at Maple Grove, you had to cut off early because there's no lights. And when you race and you have no lights, you can't race at night in case it rains. So is that something that you might add into the future?
Lights for the track?
Correct.
Oh yeah. We're doing all new LED lights. I probably put up over 75 to 100 fixtures LED lights already throughout the racetrack, and it needs probably double that, triple that, because it's such a big facility. But no, we'll have lights next year. I'm not worried about that. We're gonna have more. It's gonna be like daylight here.
Because like stadium lights, that's what I'm referring to.
Oh yeah, stadium, all new stadium lights on every single pole. There's 192 of them are getting replaced. Yep.
Okay. I guess I'll make this my last question then, because you said you had to run.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
Alex Laughlin 3 years ago went 6.486 at Maple Grove in 2019. It is the 7th best pass all time in pro stock. At the facility, the track has been notorious for having fast times. Do you think someone could break Erica Ender's 6.450 pass this weekend?
I think so. I mean, the weather looks good. I haven't pulled out the weather station, but from the radar and what I see on weather.com, it seems like we have a good weather. And is that possible? I think so. Yeah, I like to see somebody do it. Me being the person, but it'd be cool to see a new record be set in our first national event. Yeah, I'm all for it. I think NHRA will have the track on kill. The weather will be good. The air is fresh out here, and let's see if these fuel injection cars can breathe.
Yeah, because of the trees, it brings you oxygen.
Oh yeah, that's what I say. Yeah,
That's what I'm always told.
That's what I tell everybody when we're scraping the track, dying out here. Just keep breathing the oxygen. It's good for you.
Well, thank you, Kyle. You got to run. Maybe we can.
Yeah,
do
thank you. Yeah, I got to call
all the stuff going on.
NHRA. We're still doing some trash cleanup here and trying to get ready for tomorrow's Sportsman. I think at 9 a.m. I can't wait. I'm going to be out there for the first burnout for a Sportsman, and that's where it really starts. I really pride and really appreciate all the Sportsman racers that come out and support these events. They're the backbone of this whole series, in my opinion. So we appreciate them. They're all out here camping. They're having a good time, and it's cool. Everyone gets along when they're here for the most part. And yeah, we hope to talk to you on Sunday night with a Wally in our hand.
Yeah, maybe. But and for anyone listening, when Kyle's not racing pro stock, he also races Sportsman.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. I raced my Super Comp car this weekend at the .90 Dave Stein race. Got my ass kicked, but I'll be in Charlotte. I'll be in Charlotte racing Super Comp. I have to enter actually. Now you just reminded me. I have to enter. Yeah, I'll be racing Charlotte Super Comp, and yeah, I love the dragsters. I love the door cars, Sportsman. I'm up there for alcohol, and I love all racing. Any kind of racing. You race the golf carts down the track, you'll see Kyle up there watching or doing on the back of the golf cart doing a wheelie. So any kind of drag racing, I love.
Maybe that's a new event for next year.
Hey, golf cart wheelie contest. I'm all about it.
All right, thank you, Kyle. I'll see
Anthony.
you this weekend. And for those listening, outside of being on Facebook and YouTube right now, it'll be on Rumble and BitChute later, and also converted into a podcast on Anchor.fm. Thanks again, Kyle. I'll see you.
Thanks, Anthony. Appreciate it. Have a great night, man.
You too. Bye.